And Charles got started asking questions about different things that had happened and whatever it might be. Nothing negative ever came out of my mouth about that, and you can just see the expression on his face. So when time to leave, after Charles had left, the fire chief said to my guys, said, I want you all to make sure you take care of Chief Summer. She's one of the better ones we've ever had to come through. Now, they knew what, it's one of the better ones that have had to come through here, and we're very, very proud to have her here. So you make sure you do the best you can. They looked at me, I looked at them, and, just smiled. And when he got up and left, they said to me, Chief, say, you're the best. So you had your opportunity to slam him at that time. I said, I didn't have to, because when he had to come up and face me, and when he didn't know what I was going to say, that was a whipping for him right then and there. And they said, well, one thing about it, we don't have to worry about him coming up here bugging you, because he's not going, yeah. So that's what I say as far as with God, being in the plans. And didn't have to worry about a thing. My driver had been in that battalion over 20-some years, so I didn't have to worry about any of that. My captains throughout the different stations I had, yeah. So when I got ready to retire, it was time to go. And when I made up my mind to leave, is because I knew that Captain Reese, my son, was going to be okay. I didn't have to worry about anything. And that was under our new fire chief, yeah, Chief Cochran. I knew that he was not vindictive. I knew he wasn't spiteful. I knew that he was going to make sure all of the firefighters got whatever they needed to move up in his organization. And my son didn't get promoted until he got there. Yeah. And that's when I was able to bow out, even without my son knowing I could leave, because I didn't have to worry about him. Yeah.
There are a lot of responsibilities that come with being a woman, being a mother, and of course being a firefighter. Among those three, which is the hardest?
I have to say being that mother, really. Being that mother. Being that firefighter, you got, that's a tough job. But you go to your training, you go do the other things. And I used to tell my son and still tell my grandkids now, we're going to have problems, we're going to have obstacles, all of these things are going to be there. But the key is, how do you handle them? How do you deal with them? You got to prioritize what's most important. So being on this fire department, I had to not only be a mother, not caring to the other sons, but to this one on the job, I had to be a mother to him, but also had to teach him as well about the job. In other words, you learn everything you possibly can. Don't get caught up that they move you all over the place. I worked pretty much the entire fire department because they used to zip me all over the place. But my thing was, okay, I'm yours for 24/7 or 8 hours or whatever you want me to be, and I'm going to do my best while I'm there. Yeah. And when I leave there, I'm going home, but I still have these issues I have to deal with. And I have them that used to tell me that to look at me, they wouldn't think I had a problem in the world. But on that job, I had to fight every day to keep from being fired or being whatever it might be, just certain areas I was working into. But the good Lord, like I say, would always step up. So, but the parenting, you still got to go back. You got to deal with that. So I said parenting was more difficult than the rest of it was.
You have anything else you want to say?
I would like to say that there are certain ones that are there, and, just would like to thank them very much for that. And, you look at the support group from the fire department, support services. They don't get the acknowledgement that they need. But all I had to do was ask. I don't know what I would have done without them. I look at my crew in the 6th Battalion. I look at certain other firefighters along the way, like a Mac Billings or, the late Thorne or some of those people, or Grissom, that went through some of these things, but knew what I was dealing with, because I didn't talk to too many people. But I had things I was dealing with outside of this job, but I still had to walk in and stay focused and keep my mind on what I was doing. And would I do it over again? I would. Even with everything I've gone through in this job, I still have the joy of those people and the joy of dealing with the city, and still think this is one of the best departments you could ever find, even with the problems we're having today. So I'm very, very proud to be a part of this family.
Then we'll let me smile at me for a minute. And then we're going to say cut.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
That was wonderful.